Mm. Mm. Oh, country sausage. Hi eaters, I'm Randall Berg, and today I'm going to teach you, He-Man, how to make homemade country sausage. You will never ever buy sausage in the store again. It's so easy, it's terrific tasting, you'll have a ton of it in your house ready to eat. So He-Man cooks, this is what you buy in the market. This is 4.7 pounds of pork butt. And what I'm going to do is when I open the package, I always wash it first, lightly dry it, and then I trim all of this fat off. You don't need a lot of fat in your sausage. Fast sausage I make is almost fatless, not quite, but when you cook it, there's virtually no fat left in the pan. This is what you want. So I've washed the pork butt and I've dried it off, and now I'm ready to trim the fat off of it. This is extremely important to trim as much fat as you can. So we've got all of this fat. You can trim it this way. And sometimes it's easier. You take small strokes and you get that fat away. I've trimmed this much fat already off it. So now what you want to do is separate the meat from the bone. So here's the bone, and I take a very thin blade, pull the meat back, and just slightly scrape it, and it pulls the meat away from the bone. Be very careful where your fingers are. It just slowly comes off that bone in a lovely little piece. Okay, so I've trimmed the bone out of the meat, and I've trimmed the fat. So now you want to cut your meat into chunks that will go in your food processing machine. We use a Kenmore meat grinding machine, so it'll fit down the throat of the device. It's always very, very important. You can use a knife like this and get them ready to go in the machine. What I do is, instead of a single hard slice down, I do a series of slices. Here's your chunks. I've taken the entire 4.7 pounds of pork, trimmed it, taken the bone off, and cut it up into chunks, and now we're ready to go into our Kenmore machine. Here's our Kenmore machine. It's a multi-purpose mixing, chopping, grinding kind of machine. It comes with a series of attachments. This is the basic meat attachment, and you have to put the drill bit, I call it the drill bit, into the machine all the way. First you put your cutter blade on it. So you put the cutter blade on, and this is different diameters. I like mine coarse, so this is country kind because it's a coarse chop for the meat, and then you put a lock on it. This goes into your Kenmore machine, and there's a little notch, and you twist a little bit so your auger is locked into place, and then you put your lock in, and you are ready to make sausage. Now this machine has a tilt control. So I take the bowl off and I move the bowl into position. This is the tool used not only to loosen the attachment, but it goes inside here for cramming your meat into the machine. So there's a speed control over here, and you can run the machine at different speeds. So the machine is on. It's starting to come out right here. That's your sausage. So now it's time to add the He-Man spices to your He-Man sausage. So I love parsley, I love sage, fennel makes it extraordinary, as does rosemary, and I always put a little Himalayan salt in it. It just gives you that je ne sais quoi flavor. So we've got the spices, now we're going to mix it. Some chefs use their hands, some use a spoon. I kind of round it and smash it and just play with it to make sure all the spices are nicely mixed. And one way you can tell if it's uniformly mixed is look at the distribution of parsley. If the parsley's still in clumps, it's not uniformly mixed. When you cook, there always has to be an effort-reward formula. Put a lot of effort in, what's the reward? Well, to me the reward is eating the stuff, tasting the sausage. I want my reward immediately, not days later or minutes or hours later. So I'm going to cook right now. Bam! And shape it. You want a random, odd shape. The edges become crunchy goodnesses, little islands of goodness in a continent of sausage, right? And you'll see how little fat comes off the sausage. So you're getting your reward, instantaneous reward. I'm cooking the sausage. I'm almost drooling because I'm anticipating all the crunchy, juicy, hot goodness exploding in my mouth. As you can see from the sausage in the pan, there's virtually no fat at all coming off it. This is almost a health food. I know it's an oxymoron. I'm cooking the heck out of it, and there's zero fat. I use no oil to cook it. It's in a Teflon pan. This stuff is good. So I'm going to eat some. Can't wait. This is the reward for the effort. The reward. This is it. This is the stuff. We're going to eat some of this stuff. Oh, country sausage. Oh, It's crunchy. You got a texture. It's full of juicy goodness. There's almost no fat. It's a rough country cut. It feels good in your mouth. It goes down little plops. Randallburg, enjoy your sausage.